Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now today's video is going to be an unboxing, but it's going to be a little bit different than pretty much any other unboxing that I've done on this channel before. And as you can see, we're going to be taking a look at this IBM ActiveScroll mouse. Now this was another item that I picked up in that haul with the Apple TV and Mario Teaches Typing that I made that video a few months ago. That was an episode of Garage Sale Finds. But this mouse I picked up, I believe it was about $5 or $6. I don't really remember the exact price that I paid for it, but I pretty much picked it up because this is a vintage piece of computer hardware that is still sealed in the box. You can see we still have the shrink wrap on the package. And I decided to get this. I was originally going to resell it, but I just decided against that because I thought it would make a cool video for this channel, because this is essentially a 19, almost 20-year-old computer mouse. This came out in the year 2000 from what I understand, and it's been sitting in this package ever since that it left the factory. This has never been opened, never been used, and we're going to be unboxing this, and I'm going to be hooking it up to the trusty $5 Windows 98 PC and seeing how it works. So what is this mouse? Well, it's an IBM ActiveScroll mouse. I believe this is a PS2 mouse. So the mouse right off the bat looks like a pretty generic mouse. It's called the IBM ActiveScroll mouse. It's got, two buttons, looks to be like a full-size mouse, a scroll wheel in the middle, the IBM branding right there. But this actually was not made or manufactured by IBM. Kind of like what they did when they sold off their keyboard division to Lexmark. This mouse was made by a company called Micro Innovations. And just to show you, we'll go ahead and pan up here. You can see right there it says manufactured, distributed, and sold by Micro Innovations Incorporated, an official licensee for this product. It basically says the same thing in multiple different languages back here, and it still has the little security sticker that a lot of these products would have that are of somewhat substantial value. I don't know how much that this cost back in 2000 when it came out, but you can buy actually a brand new one of these, it looks like, on Amazon for about $25. It's $19.99 plus $5 shipping. And it says that the condition is new. I don't know if it's still sealed or if it's been opened but just never used. But yeah, you can buy it for 25 bucks on Amazon. I'll leave the link to this down below if you guys want to pick it up, and maybe somebody will, who wants to buy this, will let me know if you get the exact same thing that I did here. But yeah, it's got that little security sticker and it's got a barcode right there. On the back here, it tells you a few different features about the mouse. It has a programmable button, step and scroll wheel technology, and then it just basically says those same two things in multiple different languages here. And on this side here, you can see these are the system requirements that we need to actually have this thing up and running on our system. It says for use with 100% IBM compatible PCs, for use with Microsoft Windows 95, 98, and Windows NT 4.0, you need to have a available PS2 port or a serial port, so there's probably going to be some sort of adapter in here, and a 3.5-inch floppy disk drive, I assume, to install the driver software. But hopefully Windows 98 that I have on this computer will be able to recognize that this is just a PS2 mouse and it'll work normally. So there you have it. That is a brief little overview of the mouse. Now let's go ahead and open this thing up for the first time in 19 years since it has left the factory. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to break the seal. The seal has been broken, and we're going to go ahead and just peel this back here and take off the shrink wrap. Shrink wrap has been removed. We got a piece of cardboard in here. We'll go ahead and pull that out. And I believe everything is, yeah, that's everything in the box. Everything is contained right in this little cardboard package. So we'll go ahead and set the box sleeve aside. So we got a blank piece of cardboard just for packing material. Here is the user's manual, which is a pretty thick user's manual for just a regular mouse, but I assume that it's probably in the 3 different languages that are on the box. We have our floppy disk right here that says Mouse Suite version 1.4.3. There's no IBM branding on this at all, so this might be some sort of generic driver, but it says version 1.4.3 for Windows 9X, Windows NT 4.0. So it's PS2 and serial interface and uninstall. So it basically just tells you what's on the disk. We'll go ahead and set that aside. Yeah, this user's manual is like, let's see here. Will tell us how many pages it is. I guess it's 5. No, is this really all of this is in English? It's got all the FCC information here, hardware installation. So yeah. Oh, you can use a USB port too. That's interesting. At least maybe you need to buy an adapter. This probably doesn't include one in here. So this probably goes into like super, detailed instructions on how to use, like it says, using the wheel. Here's a whole page on how to use the mouse wheel. Zooming over there, ActiveScroll mouse. So there's probably just a ton of info in here. There's an online manual. That's pretty cool. Looks like there's some software that shows you some more information about the mouse. For some reason, they've got it like blacked out there. You see where it says mouse? They've like got like some sort of black box over the name of the mouse, which leads me to believe that this same manual might have been used in other products, and they don't want to say like maybe this is like some other brand. I don't know. Yeah, help topics, and yeah, that is pretty much it. There's the product service number in Edison, New Jersey. You can call that number if you want. But that's enough rambling. Let's go ahead and set the manual aside. And there we go. There it is, the IBM ActiveScroll mouse in black. We'll go ahead and set the box aside there. So it looks like that right off the bat we've got a PS2 to serial adapter here. So yeah, that would go into the serial port on your computer if you didn't have a PS2 port. But we have a PS2 port on the Windows 98 computer, so we're just going to go ahead and use this. But it is nice that they include that for you. Go ahead and take the mouse out of here, and the whole thing is made of plastic. It's not, like a laser mouse or anything. There is like just the regular mouse ball down here. So there you go. It feels decent in the hand. It's like a regular. I use a Logitech. What is this? A G502 on my main computer, which is definitely a much newer and more customizable mouse than this one here. Probably going to work perfectly fine, but let's go ahead and actually plug this thing into the 98 PC, and we'll boot it up, and we'll see if, I'm definitely going to see what's on this floppy disk, but I'm pretty sure that this is just going to work regardless of whether we install the software or not. But I'm going to go ahead and get the 98 PC set up, and I'll come back. Alright, so we've got the Windows 98 PC booting up with the mouse plugged in, because you have to plug in a PS2 mouse before you actually start up the machine. So we're going to see if Windows will automatically recognize it, which I'm very certain that it's going to, because Windows 98 just has regular drivers for a PS2 mouse. So, but I am definitely interested in seeing what's on this mouse suite floppy disk here. So here we are booting up Windows 98. This is a fresh install of Windows 98. I just installed it a couple days ago, so yeah, here we go. Unknown device. You can see that the mouse is moving. So yeah, Microsoft PS2 port mouse, and it is working. We'll go ahead and test out, right-clicking and the scroll wheel. So let me go ahead and open up like my computer here. So yeah, I'm using the scroll wheel right now. I can go ahead and scroll up and down. We'll go into Mario here. You can see, yeah, can scroll through all those files, so that's good. So let's go ahead and actually see what's on the mouse suite's floppy disk. This has also never been used. This is the first time that it's seen the light of day outside of the factory. We're going to go ahead and put this into our floppy disk drive here, and we'll see what's on it. So let's go ahead and open up my computer here and go to our floppy disk drive. So it looks like we got a setup file here. Here's a README. Let's go ahead and read this. So mouse suite README file. If you have any serial mice installed, mouse software other than PS2 mouse. So it asks you to uninstall any other mouse drivers, which we don't have. If your mouse interface is USB, you'll need Windows 98. No USB support in Windows NT 4 or Windows 95. So if you were using this with like a USB adapter, it would not work under Windows 95 or NT 4. Very simple README. It just tells you pretty much how to like double click on a file, and then yeah, there's the uninstallation there. So let's go ahead and run the setup program here. And yeah, this was modified, as you can see right here, on October 15th, 1999. So I don't know, that definitely seems like the software is older than the mouse, because the mouse copyright date on the box said 2000. So I think that this software might be just some sort of like generic software that would ship with multiple different mouse or mice that were made by the same company but branded like under other company names. So maybe like Dell or Logitech used the same company to manufacture a version of their mouse. I'm not 100% sure of that, but that's what it seems like. So we're using a PS2 interface. It tells you if you want, if you're right-handed or if you're left-handed. I am right-handed, so we're going to go ahead and choose that. It tells you what it's going to install. We'll click next, and yep, super fast installation, kind of like I thought. It's updating the registry. We'll go ahead and restart the machine. Let's go ahead and actually get the floppy disk out of there, and we'll go ahead and restart the machine. So you see it's updating our configuration files there. So I guess this is going to install like a program, or it sounded, yeah, so we got a little icon down here. So even though it told us to remove the disk from the drive, now it's trying to read something off of it. So I guess I'll go ahead and put the disk back in there. So okay, it was just trying to reopen up the the file menu that we had open. So here's a mouse suite. We'll go ahead and adjust the mouse properties here. So it's saying that the mouse is a Prima Navigator mouse. It tells us, what, so we can actually change what the buttons do. That's interesting. So if you wanted the right button to do enter, so let's hit apply, and if I press it, yeah, that's actually pretty nice. The only thing though is now I can't right click on stuff. So that's actually pretty cool. And you can choose a ton of these different keys here. You can choose it to open the start menu, you can choose it to open the internet, choose it to undo, open up Windows Explorer magnifier. That's actually pretty nice. I did not expect that at all. But we'll go ahead and set it to right click. I would assume that most people, unless you were coming from a Macintosh where you wouldn't use the right click button, you probably would choose to modify the scroll wheel. So if you didn't want to, because you can actually press on the wheel and it will do an action, and I believe that's going to be different than actually scrolling up and down. So let's say that I want it to open Windows Explorer. We'll go ahead and apply that. So let's go open up Windows Explorer here. So I can still scroll up and down, as you can see, but when I press the button itself, it'll actually open up Windows Explorer. So that's probably what most people would do. I actually did this on one of my older computers. I modified the middle click button to actually open up Task Manager, because I used that a lot to actually see what was running on my machine. So I just had, when you would actually press down on the wheel, it would open up Task Manager. So this is kind of like an early macro software almost. I mean, it's pretty much, you can only choose between these preset actions in here, but that's definitely pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and apply that. You can choose from your pointers. I mean, this is all stuff you can choose in the control panel. So if I wanted an animated hourglass, we'll go ahead and actually just set that. You can even browse for your own cursor files. Motion, I mean, I think most of this is pretty much stuff that you would modify in the mouse properties in the control panel. I'll go ahead and just bring that up so we can compare it. Oh, so it actually totally replaces the mouse. Oh yeah, I think that it mentioned it it basically adds on to the mouse control panel. So literally this is the mouse control panel. So most of the stuff in here is going to be stuff that was already in the mouse control panel. It just added onto it. So in the about screen here, it says IBM Mouse Suite version 1.43. You can choose to show the mouse icon in the taskbar if you want. They've got an uninstall button embedded into the program, which is kind of interesting. So you've got some options for slow motion, pointer vanish, which is when you start typing, it'll make the pointer go away. Sonar, this is actually a feature I use on my Windows 10 computer, yeah, to where when you press the control key, it'll do that animation around the cursor so you can see where it is. Auto jump, to where it will automatically move the mouse over the OK or the cancel dialog box. So you can change the orientation if you want. You can change the wheel settings, the double click settings. That's definitely pretty nice. Motion pointer speed, show pointer trails if you want to have that cool effect. Yeah, definitely a lot. I mean, especially this first screen here is definitely new to, I mean, this doesn't come with Windows 98 by default, but this is definitely cool. Kind of like I said, an early, macro tool, although you can't really create your own macros. It's mainly just for hey, I can change like the middle button to do some of these preset actions in here, which is definitely really nice. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get out of that. But there you have it. That is essentially a quick little look at, I'm going to go and get the box here, the IBM ActiveScroll mouse, opened up for the first time since it left the factory 19 years ago. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to get subscribed down below if you want to see new videos like this in the near future, which I upload every single week on this channel. And be sure to drop me a comment letting me know your thoughts on this mouse, on this piece of software. Have you ever used something like this before on a Windows 98 computer? Be sure to let me know, as I always enjoy reading what you guys have to say. And as always, I just want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.